Hey folks, next up on the block we've got the Rancor Keeper from the original trilogy series. You'll remember this when Luke fights the Rancor monster, and without giving away too many spoilers, they cut away to his keeper, and it's, for me, the saddest moment in the entire trilogy. So you'll have to, if you're not familiar, if you are familiar, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, go rewatch that movie. Saddest character in the entire movie. But I love this character, and this vibroblade is absolutely fantastic. I love that weapon. So even if you don't like this figure, you might this weapon that he's got, his vibroblade, is worth the price of admission right there. We're gonna throw in a size marker right here so you can see, but no surprises. He's about 3 3/4. Which is no get excited about. Out of the ordinary there. We'll take some pictures of the back of this figure for the catalog, then I'll walk you through it. So first thing we want to notice is, let me bring that right up to the camera. You can see he's begun to yellow in the card. The card has begun to yellow, but it isn't brittle. It's nice and supple. There still has some bend in it. It's tight on the card. You can see where the glue is starting to yellow, but not at all loose. So that's good. So if you like to display this, keep it on card. It's still got a bunch of years left on it. As for the figure itself, the figure is fantastic. Oftentimes that yellowing is from degassing, and that means that he can start to fade, but I don't see that going on here. This standard kind of issue with the Rancor Keeper is because he is a broader figure, because he's a heavier buck. The buck that they use is a little bit broader than your standard 3 3/4 inch action figure. What happened is when they go to place this in the factory, that the gold foil stamp ends up a little bit on there. So we believe that to be a manufacturing issue. But otherwise, the bubble is real nice, and I'll walk you through the card. What do I see on the card? Much of anything? Don't really see. So we'll point out right here. Let's get the light to shine on that a little bit. Yeah, very slight right there. And I thought I saw one other spot where there might have been just a little bit of an imperfection. And the card itself is slightly bent, so you can see that. The very top of it right here flips up. You wouldn't be able to see that necessarily in the high-def photos that we have over at TheBigToyAuction.com, so that's why we like to point it out in these live videos. That way you know what you're getting from us. Try not to hide anything at all from you. So head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. You can see this and all the other figures we've got available for you. This is Star Wars Power of the Force Rancor Keeper on the green POTF card. Hey, Dengar, coming at you right here. Popular of the bounty hunters from the Star Wars figure, especially given what might be a new appearance of him in some of the updated media. I don't know if that's canon or not yet, so I won't spoil it for anybody. We'll flip him over here, and you can see the other side as well while we get some photos of the back of the card for the catalog. We always will throw in the size marker here, mostly for the catalog as well. We like to, usually the third image in our catalog gives you the raw image without any, sometimes what we'll do is we'll change the photo a little bit. We'll increase the brightness or the contrast to pop out any kind of flaws that we might see. This will give you the raw image along with the actual size of the figure. So that's just the way we do it. We like to have full disclosure all the time, so you know exactly what you get from us. Have clear and transparent honesty. Speaking of transparent, look at that card. That's nice. No yellowing on that, which sometimes happens. These are 25-year-old figures, or thereabout. Yeah, from about 97, so right about 25 years old. After a quarter century, things get beat up. I can speak from experience. I'm not the same person I was 25 years ago. I am in much worse condition, but this isn't. This isn't about as new a condition as you're going to find. We've got a slight imperfection right here on him, a little bit of a ding where he must have hit another card or a shelf shelfware is what we call it. And the same for right here, where it must have just dinged up against something just slightly. A little bit more so right there. So that I should call to your attention. Started to bend over and peel the, just ever so slightly peel the cardboard. So I want to make you aware of that. But overall, really, really nice figure. Great figure. Really nice card. Head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. Get your Dengar from the green Power of the Force carded Star Wars set. And whoop, knocking the marker over. This is Grand Moff Tarkin. You know him, you love him. This is how tall he is. We like to put the size marker in there just so you have full awareness of every aspect of it. You get to see him in 3D as well as have a standard reference. We're going to flip them over and get some photos of the back as well. We like to have front and back for you. You know what you're getting. We'll move this out of the way and I'll show you the card. Yeah, it looks pretty clear. Show you both sides of the bubble so you can see straight through to the white background behind. Even if it weren't, that's what it's going to look like on display. So as long as it's clear enough to get to the back of that and look nice. But for you, it is nice and clear, and that bubble is tight. Yep, it's on there. It's not peeling at all, and I don't feel any crushes, cracks, dents, bubbles, etc. So let's check out the card. The card has a few imperfections on it. I'll let the light shine on it. Notably, some of this raising right here, that might even be, is that coming through from the other side? Yeah, it looks like perhaps a dent from the other side, a little bit of scratch right there. Let the light play on that a little bit so you can see it better. Starting to crease just a little bit from bending right along at that corner. I thought I saw something else. Yeah, slight indentation. Can we get the light on it right there? Next to that gold hologram foil. Does he have a slight... Nope, that's just a piece of fuzz. It's a piece of dust on his nose. I was afraid maybe he had a scratch on it because I love these gold foil things, but nope. So there you have it. This is Grand Moff Tarkin. This was the very first time he was released, was for the last of the Kenners when they got acquired by Hasbro in right about 96 or 97. So head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. You can see this and all the other items that you'll want to buy. This is Grand Moff Tarkin, the Power of the Force green carded figure. And next we have Weequay, the Skiff Guard. You know him from the scene with Jabba the Hutt. Sarlacc Pit was the last time we saw this particular gentleman. We'll flip him over so you can see the other side as well, and I'll throw in a size marker. No surprises, nothing to get excited about. He is roughly about a 9-inch card, about 3 3/4 inch figure, 1/18 scale, etc. Move that back out of the way. You can see all the photos at TheBigToyAuction.com. We'll show you. You can see straight through to the white background behind. Let you know that it is a clear bubble, free from any kind of yellowing. If you'll notice right here, both the outside bubble and the inside bubble are clear. The bubble itself is tight on the card. No issues. Sometimes the corners get worn down. They are fine. No issues there. No cracks that I can feel. Certainly none that I can see. And no scraping, etc. Let's look at the card now. I'm going to walk through it. Very slight indentation right here on the bottom of the card. Right about where my finger is. Looks like a little bit of a dent. Slight dent right there. Or it must have banged up against something. Slightest of scratches. Maybe not the slightest. I've seen slighter. A little bit of a scratch right there on it, if you can see. And we love to do these live condition reports in the video so you can see everything in 3D. Opposed to just checking out the high-definition photos at TheBigToyAuction.com. We like to be able to do this to give you full knowledge of what you will be bidding on. So head on over there. You can see those, or you can rewind this, and get as much information as you want. Either way, you can leave your pre-bids at TheBigToyAuction.com on this and all the other items. This is the Power of the Force green carded Skiff Guard. Weequay.